hanging out with him and growing up with him, was he funny?
He'd do shit that just he would do stuff that make you laugh later, right, when you look back on it.
Gotcha.
Right, in hindsight.
Yeah.
If you want a funny story, one time I was in Little League baseball, and it was like one of those, like, my dad only showed up every 2 weeks, right? So
Yeah.
he would make it a big thing to come to my baseball games because he wanted to be there. And so one time we're losing 10-3, right? And I'm doing my comedy bit in the dugout because we're losing 10-3, and I'm making jokes, making bits, and making fun of our score. We can't hit, the pitcher's better than us, kind of shit.
Yeah.
And so not the coach, but the coach's wife, she's like, short little blonde lady, she walks over to me with a clipboard in her hand, and she rears back and goes boom right on the top of my head with a clipboard.
Oh.
Yeah, luckily I had a helmet on. I was about to be on deck.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was getting ready to hit, and I wish Dad would have waited until after I hit, and then he would have done this, and then I wouldn't have been so upset because I didn't get to hit that game. But my dad saw this happen, and as any father would do, I looked over and I saw my dad smoking a cigarette, and he did like the Clint Eastwood the flick. that flick, the amount of pressure behind that flick signaled to me that you better get your shit and we're leaving. He walks over to this lady, not the coach's wife. So he goes, "Ma'am, did you just hit my son on the top of the head with a clipboard?" And she goes, "Yes, I did. Yes, I did. He wouldn't stop talking. He needs to stop talking." And my dad goes, "I don't give a shit what the fuck he says. I don't care if we're losing 10-5, we're winning 10-15-2. You don't ever hit my fucking son ever again. And if I ever see you hit my son on the top of the head, I'm going to stuff my fist so far down your fucking throat." And coach comes over to him, and he's like 5'3". My dad's 6'4", getting up in his face, like, "Who the hell are you talking to my wife like that?" And he's like, "Who the hell are you? Is your wife hitting my son on top of the head with a clipboard?" 5 minutes, I looked over at my friend who's like a little blonde kid. He's like, "Is that your dad?" I'm like, "No." No.
Don't know that
I
guy.
don't know that guy. And
We'll find out who he is when the
then
cops show up.
He's like, "All right, get your shit." And I'm like, okay, I'm getting my stuff. And then he apologized.
Yeah.
But that didn't last long because we had to go to Macon, Georgia that night. We packed up, got in the car, and my dad was like, "Don't worry, I won't talk about it, but don't be upset at me anymore." And I was like, "Okay, let's just not talk about it." And he lied to me because that very night he went up on stage and got the whole crowd on his side of the argument.